Hi everyone, I'm Ghazal Jain, Associate Fund Manager, Alternative Investments at Quantum, and today I'm going to be talking about how to pick a mutual fund. Now, mutual funds are meant to simplify the task of investing, but with the number of options available these days, choosing the right mutual fund itself, can be overwhelming and intimidate many. And that is why we are going to be talking about how investors can go about choosing a mutual fund. Now, this is a two-step process, if I may say. In the first step, you actually have to select the mutual fund category. Now, this is done based on three things: investment objective, risk tolerance, and time horizon. So, investment objective refers to an investor's financial goal, which he or she aims to accomplish with the mutual fund investment. It could be to generate long-term capital gains. It could be, to generate regular income. Maybe you will be using the money to pay for college expenses in a few years, or you could be using the money to fund your retirement a few decades away. So identifying your investment objective or goal is an essential first step, in filtering down the universe of, thousands of mutual funds that are available to us these days. The second step would be to map out your risk tolerance. Risk tolerance refers to the amount of risk an investor is willing to take with his or her invested money. Now, risk arises in mutual funds owing, to the reason that mutual funds invest in a variety of financial instruments like equities, debt, government securities, etc. And all these instruments actually come with, a lot of risk factors associated with them. For example, in the case of equity, risk could come up in the form of volatility or liquidity. And in the case of debt, it could come up as interest rate risk or credit risk. So these risks, of the underlying instruments that mutual funds invest in actually may result in losses. So hence it becomes very important to identify your risk profile and then appropriately invest, in funds. So just to give you an example, generally, if you have, say, a short duration in mind and your risk profile is low or your risk tolerance is low, you should be opting for, ultra short duration funds, liquid funds. On the other hand, if your risk tolerance is low but your time horizon is longer, maybe about 5 years, then it is usually suggested that, the investor go ahead with large cap funds, large cap equity funds. On the other hand, if your risk tolerance is high and your investment duration is low, up to 3 years, then you could opt for funds like arbitrage funds. And if your risk tolerance is high and your duration is longer, again, more than 5 years, then you can even opt for, much higher risk funds like mid cap funds and small cap equity funds. So it all depends on, what is your risk tolerance and what kind of time horizon you have in mind. So the third thing then, to put it simply, becomes time horizon, because different fund categories work best in different time horizons. Now, this is because some funds invest in, for example, shorter dated debt, others invest in longer dated debt. And for equities, it is usually, suggested, it's ideal that you choose equity funds only if you have an investment horizon of more than 5 years. So time horizon also becomes like your guide, when you're trying to zero down on the mutual fund category you want to invest in. So if your time horizon is anywhere from 1 day to 3 months, opt for liquid funds. If it's, between 1 year to 3 year, opt for short duration funds. If it's a little higher, 3 years to 5 years, you can opt for multi-asset funds, hybrid funds, balanced funds. And if it is more than 5 years, like I mentioned, it is ideal to actually opt for an equity fund. So this was step one. You zero down on the mutual fund category. Now you can move on to the selection of the scheme within that category. So again, there are a host of factors here that you should consider before you select a mutual fund scheme. Obviously, the first thing would be performance against benchmark, performance against peers. This is important, when comparing mutual fund schemes, so that, you get a holistic understanding of the fund's performance. Next up would be risk-adjusted returns. Now, while evaluating an investment option, what happens is we generally tend to see the returns generated by the investment. We see the risk, but, we see it separately. We see both these things as separate things, return and risk. But there is a way in which both returns and risk that are involved in an investment can be clubbed together. So these are called risk adjusted returns. And what they actually enable you to do is examine how much risk was taken to obtain a unit of return, right? So this, again, risk adjusted returns are very useful for comparing various mutual fund schemes. The third thing I would say that you should consider before picking a mutual fund scheme is consistency of performance, of the fund across market cycles, because a good mutual fund scheme is one which is able to generate good returns for its investors consistently over a period of time, and not just one-off returns, in certain time periods when conditions were favorable. Next would be fund manager's experience. Now, when you're buying a fund, it's because you like its track record. But why you're actually buying that fund is because you like the fund manager's track record. And hence it's important that you look at the fund manager's experience, of the fund in question and how long he or she has been at its help. Next, I would say would be the AMC or the fund house's track record. So see, many decisions are made at the AMC level, for most of the schemes that we invest in. So it becomes important to, be comfortable with the kind of mutual fund house that you're dealing with. See, if the mutual fund house has seen multiple market cycles and it has delivered top performing funds over the years, an investor can be reasonably confident that her investments would be well managed over the long term. And lastly, I would say expense ratio. Costs are one thing that we tend to miss out, when we are making our choice of a mutual fund scheme. But this is equally important. The expense ratio is the fee that is charged by the AMC for the administration, management, promotion, distribution of the mutual fund, and all expenses that are incurred basically by the fund. So in general, the lower the expense ratio, the higher are the net returns of the mutual fund scheme, again, making this an important consideration. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope you found it helpful and it helps you in your investment journey. Happy investing.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.